Hello, Foamsmith here. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys the different types of foam cutting tools or blades that you would use in foam crafting. So let's get to the video. The first one I'm going to show you guys is the X-Acto knife. This is one of the most popular knives amongst beginners and intermediate pros. It's a very popular knife. Now the problem is, when you're a beginner, you might see a lot of, more experienced people, I guess, use these, but the problem is that they get dull pretty fast. They're a little harder to change the blades, and they're not very durable when it comes to cutting thicker foam. So I would suggest to use this just for like thin sheets of foamies or cardboard or paper. You can use this to cut out templates. That would be what I recommend you use this the most for. So the second tool I'm going to show you is one that's very popular amongst beginners, but I would only recommend this tool to cut out patterns or fabric, but we're talking about foam here. So anyway, it would be scissors. Like, I would avoid using scissors to cut foam. If you can avoid it, just do. It's going to make your edges choppy, the seams are going to be ugly, so just try to avoid scissors. Now the third one I'm going to show you is it's a much more useful tool and something a little more popular, and it is a razor blade. What I like about the razor blade is that the blades are very easy to change, and you can get a pack of spare blades really cheap for like maybe $5-6, maybe $10, depends how many come in the pack. But what I like about this is that it's a lot more durable. You can cut through thicker foam much easier, and it's a lot sharper. I mean, it's about as sharp as an X-Acto knife, maybe a little more. It is stronger, so I would really recommend this if you're going to cut thicker foams. The problem that I have with this is that it's a fixed blade length. Sometimes you only need a little bit of the blade if you're cutting in details, which you don't want cut all the way through the foam, and sometimes you need a little more length to cut all the way through a thicker piece of foam. But other than that, this would be a very good tool to get or have. I would honestly recommend it. Now before I show you my last one, which is my favorite one, I just want to remind you guys that I do have an Amazon link in my bio. You can click on that link. I have lists where you can get these tools if you want to get them. I do get a commission, so it would help me out. Even if you don't buy the tools on the list, if you just go to Amazon through my link and you buy anything else, you help me out. So whenever you're going to use Amazon, if you want to use my link and help a brother out, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, let's go to the last tool, which is my favorite tool, and it is the extendable razor blade. Now this one I've already used quite a bit. It's a little short, but what I like about this one is that you can control the length of the blade depending on what you need. If you need a short blade for details, you got that. If you need a longer blade to cut through a thicker piece of foam, you have that as well. Now I would recommend finding one like this. This is a Husky extended razor blade. You can get one, it has a little notch at the end. I'm not sure if you can see that. There we go, you see that notch? Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the blade in the notch, and then you'll snap it off whenever the blade gets dull. Which brings me to my next point. You want to make sure that your blade is always sharp. The sharper the blade, the cleaner the cut, and the cleaner the cut, the cleaner the seams. You need clean seams on your props. If you have ugly seams, it's going to be visible. It doesn't matter how much you paint over it. So you need clean seams, and to get clean seams, you need clean cuts, which is the most important reason and why you should always have a sharp blade. Do not use a regular blade. Don't use a pocket knife. It doesn't matter how sharp the pocket knife is. It might even be as sharp as this or even sharper. The problem with pocket knives is that they're too thick. See how thin that is? That's what you want. A pocket knife is way too thick, and it's just not going to cut right. Again, with the same thing goes for scissors. They're too thick and they chop. Scissors chop, they don't slice through. So you want to make sure that you get a razor blade, or, well, one of these razor blades, or razor blades as well, or an X-Acto knife. But like I said, X-Acto knives are not very durable. The blades are harder to switch, and you know, they can't cut all the way through thicker pieces of foam. This is just for small details. I would only use this for small details. That's pretty much it. This I would use if you can't get one of these, but usually wherever you find this, you'll find this. So, but this one I would recommend because it is a lot tougher. The blade does not go back in. The problem with these is that sometimes the blades tend to slide in. You might accidentally push the button back. So, you know, these would be better if you just need to cut a piece of foam, which this blade would be able to cut all the way through if it's that thick. Honestly, you're not going to use foam much thicker than the length of this blade. If you do, then it's probably a big project, so then I would recommend getting one of these. The problem with these, they will cut through, but you got to make sure that it's sharp, again, because if this is dull and you try to cut through a thick piece of foam, it's just going to snap off. If you put too much pressure on it, you're going to make it snap off. So it has to be extremely sharp so it slices through and you don't have to put any pressure on it. So that's pretty much it for my blade video. If it helped you guys, I hope it did. I hope it gets you crafting. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. You can DM me. I will be posting this on YouTube as well. Right now this video is for Instagram. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. Again, let's get crafting. And until next time, peace.